So there's been a lot of drama around Apple and all the newly released information that they announced at WWDC 2023, and I'm going to go over it all with you. First, let's talk about the AirTag feature in iOS 17 that just flew under the radar. Apparently soon you'll be able to share your AirTag's location with other people. So ever since it was released in 2021, Apple AirTags have been used to help people find their lost items, obviously. You know, whether it's like a wallet stuck in between the couch cushions or wandering for a pet that got out of their enclosure. iPhone owners have found several uses for AirTags. And now, with iOS 17's release this fall, you'll be able to share tracking with other people thanks to this new group sharing function. You can expect sharing with up to 5 people. Okay, next we're going to talk about Apple CarPlay in iOS 17, because apparently it's getting an update in its Apple Music, a few design updates, and a whole new wallpaper. So now there's this thing called SharePlay, in which Apple says it makes it easier for everyone to control the music in the car, even the passengers in the back seat. So everyone can play their favorite music and contribute to what's playing, which I don't know if I agree with that. That the DJ is supposed to be the passenger. The people in the back are chilling, and the driver, he drives. Nonetheless, starting up Apple Music SharePlay in the car happens from the now playing screen. Tapping a SharePlay icon looks for nearby contacts who are running iOS 17 and later. There's also a QR code that any passenger can scan to easily join the SharePlay session. Okay, so now this has nothing to do with iOS 17 and WWDC 2023, but recently there was an Apple worker who I'm sure is fired by now, probably, who accidentally dropped their customer's MacBook to save her $600. Okay, so there was this TikToker that shared that an Apple employee used an unconventional method to ensure that they didn't incur a high cost to repair their MacBook computer, which involved accidentally dropping the device. I would never. Moving on. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg said that Apple Vision Pro has no magical solutions. So on Thursday, June 8th, there was a company-wide meeting with employees in which Mark Zuckerberg responded to Apple's announcement of the Vision Pro. And he said that it has basically no magical solutions that Meta has not thought of and cost 7 times more. And that's including the new Quest 3 headset. So he went on to say it really showcases the differences in the values and the vision that our companies bring to this, noting that Meta's goal is to offer products that are accessible and affordable to everyone. And if you didn't know, the Vision Pro will be priced at $35,000, while the Quest 3 will be priced at $500, and the Quest Pro still costs $1. Next, Apple's new Mac Pro might be DOA. So after 4 long years of waiting, Apple has finally transitioned its Mac Pro away from Intel processors. Now the M2 Ultra is powering the workstation. Even without concrete benchmarks, there's little doubt that the Mac Pro will clobber the previous generations. But it unfortunately also lacks everything that made the previous generations so impressive. You see, Apple had backpedaled on what made the previous Mac Pro such a monumental step forward for the company, and it's hamstrung the Mac Pro by forcing it onto its own silicon. There's no doubt that the M2 Ultra will be impressive when it launches, but the flexibility afforded by the previous generation isn't present this time around. So if you're not familiar with Apple's Ultra chips, they're pretty easy to understand. The M2 Ultra is 2 M2 Max chips connected, offering up to 24 CPU cores and 76 GPU cores. And Apple says that the M2 Ultra is up to 3 times faster than the fastest Intel-based Mac Pro overall, and up to 7 times faster than the starting configuration of the previous Intel-based Mac Pro. But it's really not saying much, because even the $600 M2 Mac Mini beats the previous gen Mac Pro into the ground. So yeah, take with that as you will, and I'll see you next time. See ya. Deuces.